everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's Lacey's Packers going up against Peterson's Vikings. With that, let's get up to Minneapolis as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the newest facility in the NFL, and it is a beauty as we come to you from U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brandon Guyton. To my left, as always, he's Charles Davis. And, Charles, we saw in the open, we've got a couple of great running backs in this game tonight, each capable of putting a team on his back.
And I'm excited to talk about the runners, not just the passers, who have a big hand in who's going to win this game. Both of these guys are do it all. Can run it, can catch it. I can't wait to get this one started.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the former Heisman Trophy winner and #1 overall pick from Oklahoma. It's Sam Bradford.
And Sam Bradford, he has touch and accuracy, and he has it in bushels. This guy is amazing. If you watch him throw 7-on-7 or watch him throw routes versus air, the ball hardly ever hits the ground. He's absolutely a receiver's dream when going out for a pass.
First carry for Adrian Peterson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Peterson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I'd never bet against him.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Bradford to throw it, surveying the field. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. This Vikings D, no doubt a huge boost in the Week 1 win. They scored twice. They really helped lift what was, at times a struggling offense.
And you'll never get the head coach Mike Zimmer to admit this, but I'll guarantee you when he got home after this one, he had a big smile on his face because Zim's a defensive guy first. And to see Eric Kendricks with the touchdown on the interception return and Danielle Hunter with a fumble return for a touchdown, that's got to be very satisfying for Mike Zimmer, knowing that his defense is playing at a high level early in the season.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run for the first time with Lacey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, the one concern I had about Eddie Lacy coming out of Alabama was weight. And it became a concern for Green Bay in 2015.
Yeah, he was up over 260 pounds. Disappointing 2015. Looks a lot better, doesn't he?
A lot better, and when he's lean, oh boy, is he a heck of a runner.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
What often gets lost with Eddie Lacy when he's playing at his ideal weight is his agility and his quickness. But in this case, he's putting that together with his power. And with these early runs, if you're on the defense side of the ball, you've got to stop that now or you're in for a long, long game.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the clouds dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They'll run here. This is James Starks. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play. This is 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jared Cook, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league, but he's solid.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers, but those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. He juked him. What a spin. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, standing 17th all-time in the NFL rushing ranks. Second down, Bradford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up the block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And now a first down following that long gain.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Demarius Randall's a versatile player. Played both safety and cornerback in college. They're using those same skills in the NFL.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Again, Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Play action now. Bradford. This is Johnson. He's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver. 34 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because it's just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. It's a tight game here early. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they take over here 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Lacey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Dropping it off for Starks. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Rodgers will hand to Lacey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Off the play fake to Lacey. Here's Rodgers. And complete right side to Cook. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man, Jared Abbrederis. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Packers are going to have a 1st down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Back to the ground. It's Lacey. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. On second down, here's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. A play fake to Starks. Now Rodgers. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And Crosby puts it through, and this game is tied again here in the 3rd. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
A first down throw for Bradford. And here's the first NFL catch for Laquan Treadwell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And quickly they get to the line. Now a second down throw for Bradford. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Bradford on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down Vikings. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. First and 10, Bradford. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 there. And it'll be a Minnesota first down. Peterson alone in the backfield. Now Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Second down, Bradford. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Mike Daniels in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This from 54 yards away. And the Packers pick it up. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Vikings are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Packers will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Vikings heading out on their opening drive. Here the defense will come up with a pick. Packers defense happy to get off the field. After the INT, offense comes out now. Rodgers got the completion from the gun. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Packers up by a touchdown. 3rd down from the 34. Johnson's got the catch coming across the middle. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Vikings tied up at 7. Now to late in the first half, Rudolph's going to haul in the pass, and he'll end up picking up 23 yards on the play. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Vikings defense getting ready to go. They were pretty good in that first half, but losing, so it's kind of a fine line they probably feel right now.
It is, and you would hope that they're not discouraged because they've kept their team in the game by playing so well on defense. In fact, they should be inspired right now, and maybe their offense will gather up some of that inspiration and move forward themselves in the second half.
They're probably hoping indeed that defense can lead to offense here in half 2. They start the second half with Lacey. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You can almost see the wheels turning for the offensive coordinator there. Edge pressure you want to use against them. Oftentimes when they get into the backfield, they're disrupting things. But if they get there too quickly, you can actually slip the ball to a runner and get past them. That didn't happen on that play, though.
Here's Sherrills. Oh, nice. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and just 1. Now Bradford on 2nd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They come out here in the eye. They run again on 1st down. Peterson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. Bradford. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
Certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Bradford. This is Johnson. He's got it. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, the advantage certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield and almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again. Bradford on second and 10. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his second there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake, Bradford. It's caught by Treadwell. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A first down throw for Bradford. Pass incomplete. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it'll be second and 10.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A second down throw for Bradford. He's got time in the pocket. Still back there. He's going to float this one, and this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Still first down.
Two receivers left, one to the right. Here's Rodgers to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. A first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, Everson Griffin, in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They come out here in the eye. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Encroachment, defense. Still second down.
Second down, here's Rodgers. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
All right, say it with me now. A lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Lacy. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And on 2nd and 10 now. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. This is Cobb with a catch right side. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 3rd down, here's Lacy. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets him a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure they bleed out those timeouts? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking, and what they want to do is finish them off.
One back is Lacy. Now Rodgers finding time, and he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, Lacey. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. This is Starks, and he is going to, and now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Sam Bradford heading back out as he and his offense get ready to go again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a jerk in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively, 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Single. Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Desperation time. Bradford on fourth down. It's his Johnson. He's got it. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He's back to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Bradford to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And now they're in the hurry-up. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Now Bradford. He's going to let it fly. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And this seemingly endless drive continues.
There we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. 47 to Mike.
They'll look to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So a big spot. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day. But I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. One back is Lacey. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Rodgers going to give to Lacey on the draw. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And that has to be frustrating for the offense. They caught him in a dime package. 6 defensive backs on the field. If you're going to run draw and run your big guys at smaller people, you should have success on that play. Instead, the defense won the battle.
A play fake to start. Now Rodgers backing up. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but it was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers defense, they ready themselves here. And they really dug in deep on that last drive. They gave up quite a bit of yardage. Somebody must have said something in the huddle, though, because they got a big stop.
And someone on the sideline said, what took you guys so long before you dug in on that possession? But you're exactly right. To be able to grit it out at the end after giving up such a long drive, they have to feel better about themselves. Now they want to start this possession and not let it get to that extent.
Right, because they gave up the 3 last time. See if they can stop them here.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Peterson as they begin on the ground. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
Holding offense.
Way to be there, baby.
The first throw in overtime for Bradford. He's got time in the pocket. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Peterson alone in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Here we go now.
Third and long for Bradford. And the pressure gets to Bradford, and down he goes. Jake Ryan in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Here's Jeff Locke now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
For the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.